Hey girls, okay, tonight we are making blackberry preserves, okay? I had a request from Kayla to make blackberry preserves because I had made every other kind of berry preserve and she likes blackberry preserves. So this is for you, Kay. We're doing blackberry preserves, okay? So I always say, hey girls, because I made these videos for my daughters, my nieces, so that one day when they care, they'll know how to do this. So, okay, girls, let me tell you something about blackberries. Blackberries are a berry that has natural pectin. Okay, unripe has the more pectin in it. Okay, we're not fortunate enough on our property yet to have the wild blackberries that would have the most pectin in it. So I'm gonna add a little bit of pectin to this just to make sure it gels good, because from the store, of course, they're going to be extra ripe. Okay, that's just a little tip. Okay, now we're going to get started. We're going to measure out to see how many cups of berries we have. Okay, this is cup 10. Okay, so we have 10 cups of blackberries. All right, this is a cold pan, and what we're going to do is we're going to add the sugar now. Okay, the measurements are 3/4 cup of sugar per 1 cup of berries. Okay, so let's figure out how much that is. You ready? Okay, Melanie came in and she's going to help me figure out how much sugar goes into the blackberries. So we have 10 cups of blackberries. We have we need 3/4 cups sugar per cup. So come over here, help me figure out how much this is.
7.5 cups.
I think you had prepared for that already. Okay, 3/4 cup of sugar per 1 cup of blackberries. So I'm going to have my sugar. I got my sugar, and I'm going to add to the cold pot. We're not warming at this stage, okay? We're not warming anything up. We're just going to add 7.5 cups of sugar. Got it. Okay. So this makes 7.5. So 7.5 cups of sugar. Okay. Now we are going to put this on low. This is a slow process. This isn't something you're going to do like that. Okay, it's a slow process. We're going to melt the sugar in with the berries, and at the same time we're going to be stirring and smashing. Stirring and smashing. Okay, so we'll be back. Okay, so this is my very first time making blackberry preserves, and you know, we do not live in a perfect world, so I had just realized something. I guess if the blackberries are large enough, the cores are these big white things in here. And so as I'm smashing and stirring, I am digging these out, okay? And the girls are sitting here laughing at me, but one day they will appreciate this. So this is just a little thing. I don't know if you're supposed to do this or not, but I'm not having this in my blackberry preserves. So can you zoom in on this little core thing? See? It's like a little white core, I guess, that maybe is in the middle of like raspberries or blackberries, but these blackberries are pretty large. So anyway, I'm still smashing and stirring and pinching out the cores that I see. So it's still on low, and we haven't came to a boil yet, so I'll be back. Okay, I think I've got all of the white pieces of core out. And this is what it looks like. And I'm just gonna continuously stir. It'll take about 10 minutes. And you see this foamy, frothy stuff on the top? We're just gonna skim that off, or as I sometimes say, scrape the froth off like that. There's gonna be a lot more. So this is gonna be my froth bowl right here. Okay, while we're in this process, because, you know, we are Bama girls, I always add, maybe I shouldn't tell this. This is just for the girls. I always add a tablespoon of Golden Eagle to pretty much everything I make. So that's that. And no, we can't waste that. I can't go in the sink. Golden Eagle's the best. Okay. And then a chunk of butter goes in everything that I make on each. So that's probably a tablespoon and a half. Okay. So we're just gonna let that melt in there and stir in there. And I am at this point going to, remember I talked about my berries being ripe because they came from the store, and they won't have as much natural pectin in them. So I'm gonna add, we'll say, let's do, this is a teaspoon. Let's do 3 teaspoons. I can't believe I'm actually measuring something out. That'll help it gel, okay? All right, so now what I'm gonna do, let this melt all together, stir it up. I'm gonna continue to kind of smash. All right, now I'm gonna bump this up on high, and this is the part where you cannot leave the stove. You have to continuously stir. Now, I've got this in such a large, tall pot because once this gets to a rolling boil, it's gonna come up real high. So you have to make sure that you're standing here and you're stirring. It will stick and scorch, but it's gonna rise up to the top. So this should take a few minutes. When it does, we'll have to leave it at a rolling boil for about 3 or 4 minutes, and it should gel up, okay? So I'll be back once this is rolling. Okay, we have been at a rolling boil for 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes, 3 minutes. It simmered for 10 minutes, and then we had it at a rolling boil for 3 minutes, okay? Now I'm gonna show you something. This is how we're gonna test it. I'm gonna move it off the eye, and then, let me get me a big spoon. All right, I've got me a bowl in the refrigerator that's already cooled off. Now I'm just gonna take and dip me a little bit like this. Okay, and I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator for just a minute to make sure and see if it's the consistency that we're gonna want it, okay? But in the meantime, we're gonna give that a minute. I was gonna talk to you about the jars. I haven't mentioned this the whole time. Since I started doing this, we've had these jars, well actually these jars in this pot sterilizing, okay? You don't have to put the lids and the rings in there, but I do, okay? So when you get your can reacher, your can grabber, I mean not can, jar grabber, and you just do it like this. Now I'm gonna make this one right here with the handle. I'm gonna make this one for Kayla. It's not gonna seal up, but I don't think it has to seal for her because I think she's gonna eat it right away. Let me get the spoon and let's check and see the consistency. Look at that. You see that? Just in a little bit of time that we had it in the refrigerator, you can see it's already gelled, okay? So that means we're good to go. You want that to taste it? I will. Oh my gosh. That's the first time I've had blackberry preserves. Okay. Probably a new favorite for me. Okay, so we've got our sterilized jars right here. We got our funnel. And while it's still hot, we're just gonna dip into each one of these jars. Okay? That's gonna be hot, so make sure you grab the top of the jar or just leave the jar set. But I don't like to make a mess with it as much as I don't have to, so. Okay, girls, got it all dipped up, and Kayla, this one's for you. It'll get to you tomorrow, so you can enjoy that. Okay, so we had 10 cups of whole blackberries to start off with, so we ended up with about three pints. We have, you know, 2 pints, 2 half pints, and 4 quarter pints, so that's not bad. All right, now we want to make sure that there's nothing on the rims of the jars so that they'll get a good seal, okay? So always wipe the rims of the jars with vinegar. Some people just use water and wipe, but I don't know, I just feel like it's a better, you get a better clean if you use the vinegar. Ooh, that is hot. Okay. Make sure they're all clean. Let me get another paper towel. What you watching in there, Rambo? Almost done here. This is a very important step because the jars don't seal. You either have to reprocess them or use them right away. So you want to make sure that they all seal. But if they don't seal, just stick them in the refrigerator and make sure you use them first, the ones that don't seal. Okay, did I get all of them? I think I did. All right, now I have my lids and my rings in here in my canner. They're warming. So you take your magnet and you get all your lids. Oh, there's a ring. So I'll stick it on that one. Now, Kayla, you know you're special. I just want to tell you, you know you're special because this is my last batch of regular mouth lids. So you know you're super special because I'm canning blackberry preserves with my last set, or my last box of lids for you. Okay, so now let's get some rings on here. Okay, got all my lids and my rings on them, and I'm going to put them back in the canner and give them a good water bath for about 10 minutes. Of course, I'm not going to do this one. I'm not going to can this one because, of course, it didn't have to be sealed. So I'm going to make sure these seal real good. Now, some people don't do it. Some people just leave them sit or turn them upside down for about 12 hours. But I'm preparing these for long-term storage. So I'm going to put them in the canner and give them a water bath for, not can them, I'm going to give them a water bath for about 10 minutes at a boil. So, and that's it. Look how pretty. Look how pretty that is. It's yummy too. Okay, bye y'all.